Oh, we
That
went live now.
that's the wrong thing. I'm sorry, that is wrong. Why is everything wrong? I don't know.
It's Saturday night.
Time for your weekly dose of pop culture
with Kathy and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome as I get my life together. Hey, it's Saturday night, time for another dose of pop culture. Kathy and Kenny. I'm Kathy along with my brother.
I'm Kenny.
And we're here. We're here for it on a Saturday night to hang out. And thank you guys for hanging out with us. We always enjoy having folks here like Scooby Life, like our cousin Lisa, and we just hang out, talk a little pop culture, and enjoy your favorite non-alcoholic or so be it adult beverage, whatever your choice. Me with the tea, uh, and just chilling on a Saturday. Hey,
Yeah, I,
so
I
good
don't.
evening.
I don't want to talk about what I got. Look.
I'm
um,
trying to make sure I drink my water and get my fluids in because I I don't know what's going around, but everybody,
I drink a
every
lot of
person
water.
is, and like COVID is like making another lap back
I
around.
drink one of these a
And
day at least.
you've never had COVID, have you?
Knock wood.
Wow. See, I was a part of that club. I went almost 5 years with no COVID, and I got it last September for the first time. And you know where I
Well,
think I got it? I think I actually got it at a funeral. So anyway,
well, I haven't gotten it, and there's a good explanation for that.
why?
I am Kenny Walker.
Okay. In the real world where the rest of us live and work and enjoy life, um, so yeah, there was a coworker and she got it this week and for the first time. And I know I was at a school where just the entire admin team, I think, was knocked out by COVID and such things. So it's coming back around for another hit. So just be careful, people. Watch out because yeah, you know what? I don't know what was worse, the COVID or the Paxlovid that I had to take for it because I did not enjoy that medicine. There is a oh okay. I'm sorry. Yes, he did knock wood on his head because again, he knows who he is. So we're not
I'm a
gonna
real boy.
what?
Get it, Wood, Pinocchio. I'm a real boy.
You're a real
Okay.
boy. Well, again, we're Saturday night. And you know what? We need to announce, Kenny, and I probably should let you know because next Saturday we should be okay to do the show. And
Mhm.
in a way, I think next Saturday is probably going to be part 2 because you sent me a list that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still going. 6 pages long. I
You
gotta get the
can't
band.
say you can't say I didn't do my homework.
I know, but and I have to apologize because usually I would do a lovely little slideshow, but with an increase of busyness at work as well as having to do the play, I've been exhausted from my day job and then going to do my night job of rehearsing for this play. I did not get a chance to do my due diligence, so bad on me. So
And
we'll
I've been
see.
busy. I've been pretty busy too, because being this good looking is hard work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. COVID. Yeah, I did not enjoy my COVID time, but I am glad I was vaccinated. Vaccinated. I can't even talk. Vaccinated, and that I think it probably would have been a lot worse had I not had the vaccines. And I think I've had like 3 or 4 of them. My card is around here somewhere. But I think
Okay,
there's a
so
new one I haven't gotten, but I'm I'm hoping I stay healthy and stay on the good and narrow because Monday my plan is to donate blood. And I'm so excited because my iron levels are usually so low. It's abysmal and embarrassing.
mhm.
But my doctor made me I told him, "Hey, I want to give blood next cuz I saw him last week, next Monday." And he was like, "Oh, no, that's not a good idea. Your iron's too low. I don't like your iron." But I've been taking my iron pills, and that's a whole nother story and these are things you will experience the closer you get to 60. But anyway, uh, so I had to go get blood work Thursday. Like that's why my week was crazy. And turns out I'm good to go, so I can give blood. So hopefully everything with my numbers will be all good to go. I can donate blood. I have a rare blood type, and I mean, not a rare blood type. My blood type is normal. I'm like the universal donor, but there's something else in my blood that they're constantly bugging me for. So I guess it does people good, but it didn't keep me from getting COVID. So anyway, what's new in pop culture news? I asked you
Pop culture news.
to.
Okay, so everybody's hyped for the Super Bowl. Everybody's hyped for the Super Bowl,
Hmm.
and hyped for the Super Bowl halftime show with Usher. And I
Yeah.
guess apparently, what's her name is flying all the way from Tokyo to be there, and they're
Who?
thinking it might not make it.
You mean Taylor Swift?
Yeah, whoever. She's gonna go all the way from
From Japan to get
yeah,
to
yeah,
Super Bowl?
to get to and I don't think they're sure she's gonna make it in time, but who cares? It's a game.
Okay.
Usher's doing halftime, and already I know one thing. There might be more that I missed, but I know Alicia Keys is set to perform with Usher or show up at that show. So we all know we're going to hear My Boo.
Okay. I don't even know that.
I would like for Little John to show up and hear, yeah.
Oh, Little
Okay.
John shows up for yeah. Oh, he's got to.
Yeah. Yeah,
So does he
and
close with
Alicia,
yeah or
Alicia
does
Keys
he
shows up with
open
My
with
Boo.
yeah? Do,
I don't know.
okay.
I would open with yeah.
I think you would
I would
open with
open
yeah.
with I would open with all of a sudden everything's in the crowd's and all you hear was peace up, A Town. That's I would open with that.
But where are they playing the Super Bowl? Aren't they in
I
Vegas?
don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're in Vegas, but still, peace up, A Town. That's don't
Well,
change the
they're not,
words just because you're in Vegas.
they're not in Atlanta, so why would he be saying peace up A Town? And Atlanta's not even in the Super Bowl. Does Atlanta have a team? I don't even know.
That's
I
just
don't
not right.
even,
It's
you know,
just not.
I don't even, I know you don't follow football, but I'm not even, I don't even
Yeah.
know who to root
I mean,
for.
I
I,
would watch just for the commercials.
exactly. I like to watch it for the commercials, but now they put the commercials online before the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. So
No,
that moment we had when uh I forget what the year was with the Apple commercial with the runner, the 1984 theme kind of commercial, and takes the hammer, and they only showed the commercial once. But like those big moments, we don't have anymore. And
no,
we
no.
don't have anything like you TV used to be an event. I
Like
remember stores shut down when Roots came on. But I guess we stream things or we can get it whenever we want to. You don't
there's
have
no
that
big rush
feeling
on
about
Monday
it.
morning. Hey, did you see that commercial in the Super Bowl? Did you see that such commercial? There's no big thing about it. Um,
There's no water cooler talk anymore. And I guess with people working
no,
remotely, do you get to
yeah,
have a water cooler?
no, you don't.
We should
You
do a
don't do that.
Monday. We should do a Monday morning show and just do a water cooler show. Just a really quick hit on Monday.
Nobody shouldn't. Nobody should.
I'm just saying, just kind of to sum up the best commercials.
So also the big talk, and there's a couple of big things I want to get to real quick.
Okay.
Uh, we're gonna say goodbye to Toby Keith, who passed away this week
Mm-hmm.
in pop culture news of stomach cancer. A couple of big things happened this week in pop culture. The Grammys last week went on, and Jay Z kind of blew the roof off the Grammys. You know what? Sometimes it's the little things that you say. And to quote
Uh,
Jay Z, some of you are going to go home and feel like you got robbed. Some of you will get robbed. Some of you don't even belong in the category.
oh, he was
That
just
was like
being honest.
that was like and then he said, I'm sorry, no, I get nervous. I say I'm honest when I'm nervous, so I tell the truth when I'm nervous. Which means if this brother is doing a crime with you and he get caught first, he telling everything. Okay? He ain't that gangster. Because he telling everything. But that caused a big stir. And the big thing about it is that, the Grammys, and this is why I really don't watch the Grammys, it's not as realistic as it should be. The Grammys are not as realistic as it should be. Because he's right. They don't give the proper people their due.
Well,
And
wasn't
it's
that a nice
2024,
moment though
and
to
we're all
see?
artists
I
are
enjoy
trying to get
seeing
their due.
Tracy. I enjoy seeing Tracy Chapman again because she hadn't
Oh,
been
I
on.
heard she was on there. I heard she was
Yeah.
on there, and I would have loved to see that, but I skipped the whole thing.
And the one thing I didn't see all of it. I just saw a little bit of it. Was the in memoriam section, which usually is like real Debbie Downer, and it's a sad song. But I kind of like the way they approached it, especially with some of the music people that they honored. With Fantasia doing kind of a tribute to Tina Turner, and I just and who was it? John Baptiste. Oh man, I just thought it was just more of an uplifting, more like a homegoing than this really just sad, affair.
Yes,
I think
yes.
that made the Grammys, to me, the in memoriam section, especially,
And
a
we
little
were
good.
talking about we
What
were
else you
talking
got
about
in pop culture news?
we were talking about seeing videos earlier. What I do is I hear about what happened at the Grammys,
Hmm.
and I go watch those moments on YouTube, so I don't
Okay.
have to watch the whole thing. Only thing, one more thing we have in the Grammys. There's a lot of things that happen in pop culture news, but we have Shannon Sharp is becoming probably the best show or YouTube or whatever on TV now, because Shannon Sharp is nothing but dishing dirt.
Oh
Shannon
yeah.
Sharp, everybody's probably going to try to get the Shannon, the Club Shay Shay. Everybody want to get the Club Shay Shay because Monique was on Club Shay Shay,
Oh,
and whatever,
she was spilling tea.
look, listen, whatever tea Cat Williams didn't spill, she tipped the whole thing over.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like,
What-
she's like, you know what? The heck with
Whatever
it.
tea Cat Williams left in the kettle, Monique just poured it all out on the table. I'm like,
Oh
oh, you just,
man.
and I think she had
So,
receipts because wasn't there recording with Tyler Perry
she was
issuing an
recording with Tyler
apology?
Perry. She said
So
something
she
about
had
D.L. Hughley,
receipts.
which I saw D.L. Hughley's response. And
Hmm.
let's not get this twisted. I am not a Monique fan. I like her in
I
some of
like
the movies
Monique.
she's done.
Now, did you see Precious?
No, I
I
did
know
not see
your
Precious.
aversion to watching black movies, but did you see Precious?
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I don't know.
What did I
Do
like
you
that
even
about
like Lee
that?
Daniels films? Did you see Lee Daniels The Butler? Because it was an excellent film. But I know there's gaps in your pop culture knowledge. I'm related to you. I can accept it.
Coming from somebody,
I'm sorry. Did you answer the question though?
who's only seen one Fast and Furious movie, I don't think I should be judged.
One Fast and Furious movie is enough. One Fast and Furious number. One Fast and Furious movie is the limit. That's enough. That's enough.
Anyway, Monique spilled a lot of tea. I've seen some responses from D.L. Hughley because now D.L. Hughley is responding, then Monique's responding, then D.L. Hughley's responding. Monique and her husband are responding together, and it's just a big mess. Why can't we all just get along?
Oh, it's getting ugly. It's getting
Damn
like Jada
aversion.
Pinkett Smith ugly.
Yeah, it is. It is getting very ugly. I'm waiting to see. Like everybody else is sitting at Club Shay Shay, looking at Club Shay Shay like this. Like, who's next?
Who got
Who's
next?
next? You know why I want Club Shay Shay? You know why I want him? You know why I want to say? I want him to interview Oprah.
Oprah?
Everybody's pointing fingers at Oprah. I want Oprah to come on and say, "Look, I ain't do nothing. I don't know what they're talking about. They're mad because they ain't got my kind of money. I just want to hear what you got
They
to say."
mad because they ain't Oprah?
Yeah, they
They
mad because they ain't
mad
got
because
Oprah money.
they ain't got Ozempic like I do. Um,
You know.
and you know what?
So,
I have Ozempic, but it ain't doing for me the stuff it's doing for Oprah. I'm like, what
well,
dose is she taking?
hey, I'm just saying.
Because I look at her and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm sorry. I'm in a mood
So,
tonight.
Monique will do
Uh,
okay. Yeah, look at Lisa's.
oh,
When you
okay,
did
I
anything,
got it up there. Monique will do anything to try to get back on top again. Monique needs to be ashamed of herself for talking about DL's daughter. Oh, see, when we
Mhm.
start going after kids, see, I didn't see all the back and forth. Now I like DL Hughley, and he's actually a comedian I met back when I was doing comedy. I don't think I've ever met Monique or worked with her, but yeah,
And the
that
thing
ain't
about
cool.
this is that I saw the response with D.L. Hughley, and as a father to four daughters, you got to my daughter. We got problems and situations. If my daughter's name come out of your mouth, we got problems and situations that you might not be able to talk your way out of.
So, do you have anything else in pop culture news? before we
No,
move
that
on
is
to our
all
list?
we have in pop culture news.
All
Right,
right.
that was a lot of pop culture news, but that's all we have because we want to get right down to our list.
Our
And
list is long, and like I said, I didn't have a chance to do. I didn't have a chance to do like my normal
okay,
slideshow and stuff. But we could talk about some of these. And Kenny, first of all, before you even get started, because I know you'll start and then you start rushing through, and it's so quick that it's not effective and it's not clear communication. So, like I said, we need to split this up. So maybe we can do some of these next week,
okay.
but
Well, what
we're
we're
not
gonna do
rushing
is
through 6 pages. We'll hit
well,
two, maybe.
well, hold on for a minute. Hold
Okay.
on. Slow down.
All right.
I'm not a rabbit. You're not a frog. Let's not jump ahead. So what I did was I moved a lot of the. So tonight we're going to talk about the sports, and I separate the sports from our list,
But
which is
no,
much.
some of these people are still on the list that are sports.
Yeah, they're on the bottom of the list.
Now, look at page uh
I don't
on
have pages. You
page
know,
under Nobel
you printed
Prize.
out. You okay? You printed out something that I changed after you printed it out.
I printed this out at 8:10.
Yeah, I changed it at 8:15.
We go on the air at 8:30.
I know. I was eating hot dogs.
Okay. This is
That
what
is
I
totally
deal with, people. That's all I'm saying.
bad kidding. Bad little brother. Bad host. That's totally my
Okay.
fault. Okay, so we're gonna stay in the 1900s with these first because it's so many first.
1900s.
Yes,
I
we're
wasn't
gonna stay
even
in that because
alive.
it's so long. And black people and black history, African Americans and black history have done so much for America that we can't do it in a show. We can't do it in an hour podcast. We can't get it in a 2 hour podcast. We probably would have to do,
A
two,
podcast. Podcast.
yeah, a podcast. We would have to do one every day for a
We
month.
just should do a
Oh,
podcast called Black First, and then every
yeah,
week just take a deep dive
yep, yep,
into
yep.
some of these first. But you know what the interesting thing is? Because I know we talked about doing this last week, but last Sunday, uh, I listened to my services through Enon. And actually, it was interesting because I thought, oh, well, wait, it's Black History Month, and we're going to talk a little bit about some Black first. But I know Reverend Waller actually mentioned, the fact that for some of the things that I think were done during our parents' generation, that really at this point in time, 2024, we still shouldn't even be having Black first, but yet there still
This show,
are
yeah.
those opportunities or places where I guess there has been a glass ceiling uh, for African Americans, even though we just had our first president um, about 7 years ago, but and then 3 years ago a vice president. But there's still all these like firsts that haven't been broken through. But I just thought it was interesting that evidently something's happened because that passion or energy, and I don't know whether that's from the baby boomers or the generation before us, the generation that had the Malcolms and the Martins, or whether our generation just has not pushed um, the ball forward enough and have succumbed to a certain amount of complacency, so that yes, we do still have Black first because we still don't have, I think, all the things that were promised. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Oh
That
wow.
makes sense.
That's
So
good because I've had
good.
little sleep this week and a lot of rehearsal time.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah, I
funny.
know that makes sense.
It's so funny. I had
And
a rehearsal sleeping, and they were going to take a picture of me and put it on TikTok. See, that's why we ain't got no Black first. Black people too worried about putting stuff on TikTok. TikTok. I'm sorry. I just
look,
mentioned my character.
I don't like to sleep in front of people. So if somebody took a picture of me sleeping as a joke, I would get very offended. Like we wouldn't be friends. That's
Oh,
actually happened to me before.
oh. See, that's not.
And
My
yeah, we're
Mendoza
not friends.
line. I could,
I'm very sensitive about taking pictures of me while I'm sleeping. Um, so we're gonna go with some. We got Kamisha in the room.
Shout out.
Hey, Kamisha, how you
Some
doing,
stuff
baby?
happening. That's beautiful. Oh wait.
Yes.
Oh, and just a reminder for those who are checking us out on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button.
Don't forget to hit the like.
So anyway, so
Like us.
I just wanted to say that
Nobody knows us.
about the whole idea of black first, and have we really come so far? Er, And that we still
Well,
have areas
no.
that there are first in, even here in 2024.
I'm going to
Are we
say
not
no. We
doing
haven't
what we
come
need
far
to be
enough.
doing?
I'm going to say one of the terms I hate when people say
Mm-hmm.
is that it's better for us than it was before. I hate that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that phrase because
There
you're
might be
telling
more
me,
opportunities.
yeah, but yeah, you're telling me it's better when people say, especially when somebody not of color says, "Well, it's better than it used to be." That's telling me that I can't get no better. This is where I'm going to stay. So I should be happy with what I don't like because it's better than it used to be. So I might as well be happy with it.
Well, no,
So
I
I
don't
don't.
think that phrase. I don't think that's what that phrase implies. I think you're reading too much into it.
To me, that's what it implies. I don't like the phrase.
Okay, I hear it. I hear you. That there are some improvements. I'll give you that, and there are some opportunities, but there are still things that we have to overcome. So you know what? Let's dig into the list. We're going to talk a little bit about the sports, and can I also preface it tonight's show? But we'll get to the show. I swear we will. Because here's the thing I hate. I know we wanted to talk about first, but I hate how in at least in the schools I've been in, when we had to do something with Black History Month, they always focused on the entertainers or the athletes, and there are so many other things that Black people have contributed to this country, to this society, that don't get featured. But in the context of our show, which is pop culture, that's why we're focusing on sports. So I just wanted to say that. What? Why are you giving me that face? I'm just
I'm
saying.
telling you anything.
Because
I'm
you're
waiting
not
until it's
tuning
okay
in.
for me to talk.
Okay. You know what? You talk. You know what? You live your life. You know what? Uh, I'll take a bathroom break. You know, I'm just like,
Why are you leaving me by myself? Okay. So I'm gonna go over this slow and not fast, as Kathy says I do, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start you off with 1902. In 1902, we had Harry Lou, who was the first professional basketball player.
wow. 1902?
African American, and 1902 was a good year because in 1902 we also had Charles Folis, who was the first African American pro football player.
Cool.
And then we also had Joe Gans, who's the first African American lightweight champion.
See, I didn't know a lot of these people.
Yes,
I hadn't
yes,
heard
yes,
these names before.
yes. So we go to 1904,
Mm-hmm.
and we have uh, George. I want to get his name right. Poage,
Poage?
Poage, Poage.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and he was the first African American to participate in the Olympic Games.
Oh, cool.
And he won the first to win a medal. He won a medal. He won a bronze. He won two bronze medals.
Do you know what his sport was?
Um,
You didn't put his sport down.
I
So
didn't put his sport down.
we don't know
Look,
if
I
you did.
told you his name. It's George Poage. Look it up.
So, but you know what? That's the one thing with progress. I was thinking about this the other day because usually, if let's say you had to do your report on George Pogue or Poage or however you say his name,
Mhm.
you'd have to go to grandma's house, get out the encyclopedia, and just pray he's in the peas,
Yep.
or at least pray that that they had the peas because you got them like every 2 weeks because they used to
Yeah,
have them at the Acme.
I remember we had a set of, I believe we had a set of Charlie Brown encyclopedias, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
I think we did. Yes, I
Okay.
think we did. So we're gonna go over to 1908, and we're gonna go to the first heavyweight champion that was African American, and that would be Jack Johnson.
Okay. I was trying to find out what sport George Pogue was. He was track and field, so I think he was a runner. But okay,
Yeah, Jack
Jack.
was
Did you say Jack
Jack
Johnson?
Johnson. Yes,
Mm,
Jack Johnson, who was the first African American heavyweight champion.
cool. Now
And
that one
then,
new. I just
huh?
didn't realize it was 1908.
Yeah, I thought it was later.
Yeah.
I thought he was later because I could have sworn our grandfather had dealings with him, and I could have sworn it was later. So I know Grandpa wasn't. I know Papa wasn't around in 1908. I wasn't born yet.
Right.
So I don't know.
But
But in
the
any
way
event,
he told tells tales, who knows?
yeah, I know. Who knows? Who knows?
Okay.
So
Oh, I know the next one. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm stealing your thunder. I don't mean to steal your
you're
thunder.
not stealing my thunder at all. But I'm going to throw a wrench in. I'm going to throw a little screw in the wrench here.
Okay.
In
That's a
1917, the first African American to win a major sports title was Lucy Diggs,
okay. Lucy Diggs.
and it was the American Tennis Association. No,
Cool.
Lucy Diggs Slow from the American Tennis Association. And in 1920, you had your first African American NFL football players, which were Fritz Pollard and Bobby Marshall. And but yeah, Fritz Pollard and Bobby Marshall is a black man named Fritz, and I'm kind of confused, but let's keep it moving.
There are black people named Fritz, or there could be.
Well, I've never,
I think it's
okay,
but Fritz.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. So 1921, you have the first
This
African American woman to become an aviator pilot, and the first African woman to hold an international pilot license, and that's Bessie Coleman.
now see Bessie Coleman I have heard of. Definitely.
Okay,
And in
all right.
fact, I think if I can just interject and take the screen for a minute, can I do that? Because it's about the halfway point. And usually at this point, I take a few minutes to thank you guys for hanging out with us here on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. My brother and I, we talk. We talk about different pop culture topics every single week. We appreciate you guys being here. You can visit our website, kathyandkenny.com. Yes, kathyandkenny.com. It links to all our episodes and all our podcast episodes, as well as some Instagram hits, shorts, and different things. Our blog yet to be posted, and we're going to get that up soon. But you can also hear us on Who's Got Next Radio, and I know that is local in certain areas. I believe the Chicago area, the Atlanta area, and the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. Who's Got Next Radio? We're featured on there on Tuesdays, but you get to hear us live and hang out live, and we appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Oh, all right, I'm done.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we're gonna move up to. I'm sorry.
What
I'm
year
just a
we're in now?
little. Yeah. I'm back and forth. So the first African American NFL football coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Now we mentioned Fritz, and Fritz became a co-head coach in 1922 with Akron Pros while continuing to play running back.
So how come we don't have so many African American coaches now? Like, how many are actually in the NFL? I know you don't follow it as well,
Yeah, and this is why I don't follow NFL.
but again, isn't the
How
idea?
many African American owners do we have in the NFL?
Oh, There you go.
Don't throw me a bone by singing "Lift Every Voice and Sing" before the Super Bowl. I'm good. So, don't get me started. So we
I mean,
have,
you see me shut up. I'm leaving it alone. I'm not even touching it. I didn't even know they sang "Lift Every Voice and Sing" before the Super Bowl.
yeah, they sing "Lift Every Voice and
Who's
Sing."
singing "Lift Every Voice and Sing"? I know Reba
I don't know.
McEntire is singing the.
Just please don't make it Taylor Swift. Please do not let Taylor Swift sing "Lift Every Voice and Sing." Okay?
Now that would be some funny. That would be some comedy. I would pay anything. What are the Vegas odds on that? And
I
here
would be
with the new national anthem.
I would be
Please welcome Taylor Swift.
Listen, if they did that, you would not hear me shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's almost as
If
funny
you look, if you would
as you
listen,
and the dog in the
if
little
they
house
let Taylor Swift sing "Lift Every Voice and Sing,"
and sang.
any black person that comes up to me and says anything about watching football, I'm going to slap them in the face. You should not. That is the nail in the coffin. Don't get me started. Don't make. Why you trying to make me hot?
I'm
You
sorry.
trying to make me mad on purpose. In 1929, the first African American sportscaster was Sherman Jocko Maxwell, who was in WNJR, Newark, New Jersey.
Oh wow.
I'm not surprised it's Newark. Newark. I'm not
Newark.
surprised. Newark. I'm
Oh,
not
that's pretty
surprised.
cool. Jocko. Wait, wasn't there a Jocko in the Philadelphia
That's
area?
not, you think about Jocko Henderson.
Oh, okay. So that Jocko is just a popular, I guess, DJ name.
Jocko Henderson, and then Doug Henderson was his son.
Oh,
But
okay.
Jocko, where you been? I've been in the back again. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was like, that's
yeah,
what I was hearing in my head. I'm like, is that the Jocko they're talking about? But no,
yeah. No.
you're talking
Well,
about
this
Sherman
Jocko,
Jocko Maxwell was out
yeah,
of
Jocko.
Newark.
That's right. I'm sure the other Jocko got his name, from that.
He's gonna say,
Yeah,
please
please
don't
don't
get
get
him
in trouble.
started. So we won't get you started. Lord have mercy. Not on the Taylor Swift thing again. But
Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving.
I can't get that image out of my head now.
Look, listen. I would be fit to be tied.
Oh gosh.
Fit to be tied.
Oh,
I need to find something real quick, but we're gonna keep it moving,
we're gonna keep
and
it moving.
yeah, we're gonna keep it moving because I skipped somebody who was important, and I know I skipped them,
Oh,
and I want to make sure I have them in here. And
the first Masters.
no,
Okay,
no,
'cause you didn't have him in there.
who?
The first African American to win the Masters,
That doesn't come. What year was that?
1997, according to your
Yeah,
list.
we're back in the 20s and 30s.
Oh, I'm
Like
sorry.
I said, I'm not a rabbit. You're not a frog. Don't jump ahead. So the first African American Major League Baseball player of the modern era, the first Major League Baseball player of the modern era, of course, was Jackie Robinson of the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Right.
The first African American Major League Baseball player in the American League was Larry Doobie.
A Doobie brother.
Doobie. No, he wasn't a Doobie brother,
What?
but from what I hear, that's where the term came from. Larry was in the back. He was up the bat. He was in the back smoking a doobie. And they said, "What are you
Minute
doing?" "Oh,
by
he's doing a
minute
doobie."
by
This is
minute
okay.
by minute.
So, that's
I,
Larry Doobie.
I'm just
So we're
enjoying.
gonna move on up to the first African American playing the Cotton Bowl Classic was Wallace Triplett and Dennis Hoggard. Hogard. I'm sorry, Hogard.
Okay.
And the first African American
See, and
that
that
was
you
in
roll right over.
what?
Like you got brothers playing in the Cotton Bowl. and you don't
I
have a
know.
comment for it. I'm just saying.
Listen, it's football, okay?
It's just
They
cricket.
had the Cotton Bowl and football.
Well,
Okay, so
see,
I'm trying not to get started. Lisa said, "Don't get me started." I'm trying not to get started.
I'm just saying.
Power to the
Don't get
people.
you started.
Okay,
All right. Okay.
power to the people. First African American to win the MVP award in Major League Baseball was also Jackie Robinson. And the first African American
I dare to
to
say this, but did you see 41?
42 is the movie.
42
And yeah,
rather? I'm sorry.
yes, I saw 42.
Okay. All right. I was just checking. I'm just checking.
And it's amazing because the scene that really got me in 42 was how Jackie Robinson was supposed to collect this award, but he had to go around back,
Mm,
which is something that also in the 40s that Hattie McDaniels had to endure also
right. And
because she
it,
wasn't even invited. And Hattie McDaniels, she wasn't even
Gusto
invited to the after party
ceremony.
of the Oscars. And Clark Gable's like, well, she can't go, I can't go.
Mm.
But Hattie was like, look, you go to represent us. I'm good. You go. White folks can't dance anyway. I'm going to go to a real party. Is what she's saying. But I digress.
You
Oh
know it.
man. So we had some in 1950. We had some first African American NBA players.
Mm.
Nate Streetwell Clifton on the New York Knicks. Chuck Cooper in the Boston Celtics. Earl
Were they the
Lloyd.
Knickerbockers back then?
No, the Boston Celtics. Earl Lloyd for the Washington Capitals. And that's what we had.
No, the New York Knickerbockers.
It was what they said New York Knicks
Okay.
in what I
Well,
was reading.
now it's the Knicks, but okay.
It used to be the Knickerbockers.
Yeah, I think that's where they got Knicks from.
That's when I got Knicks with the Knickerbockers.
The Knickerbockers. Yeah, just saying.
You know, the first African American quarterback to become a regular starter for a professional football team was Bernie Custis for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Okay.
In 1952,
Let's see. This is all stuff you must have added to the list because I don't even have it here.
well,
But
yeah, I know you don't have it. You know,
I don't have it.
in
Okay.
1952, now there
Mm.
was a movie about this guy.
Okay. What was it called?
It was called Grease Lightning.
Okay. You know, I was thinking you. For some reason, I
I
was
think
thinking
it was,
of
was it
Grease
Grease
too.
Lightning
Was it?
or
Was
was
that the
it?
movie with Richard Pryor?
Yes.
Grease Lightning. It was about
Yeah.
right the
It's
night.
about Wendell Scott, who was the first NASCAR driver. And this movie, I like this movie. Matter of fact, I just watched this movie a few months ago when I saw it was on one of the streaming channels. And I said, "Oh man, I remember that movie." And I watched that movie, and he went through a lot because he was the first black NASCAR driver, and you got to see a lot of things that he went through because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very, you know. So the first African American quarterback to play in the National Football League during the modern era was Willie Thrower. And he changed his name to Thrower because he became a quarterback. I'm just joking. No, he didn't. But that was his name, Willie Thrower.
But that would have made a good story.
It would have made a good story. So since we're talking about football in the Super Bowl weekend, the first African American to win the Heisman Trophy was Ernie
Ernie.
Davis.
That I actually knew without looking at your list because I've heard
Really?
of Ernie Davis before. I've actually heard of Ernie Davis. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I know that name and because of the Heisman. So,
I know we're all into the Williams sisters,
hmm
but the first African American woman, female Wimbledon tennis champion was Althea Gibson,
Althea Gibson. I
and I
know
know a
that.
lot of people heard that name before.
Hmm
And the first African American, I'm sorry, where am I at? I'm at 58, and this is Oh, I did 60. Okay,
You
I'm
moved to
sorry.
the 60s.
My bad.
Okay.
Old people get off on years.
Not old, just seasoned.
Seasoned.
Yep.
Seasoned.
Hmm.
So Jackie Robinson did a lot of firsts in baseball. He was also the first African American to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And as we're talking to Jackie Robinson rather, as we all know, a couple of weeks ago, his statue was stolen and it was found destroyed and burned in a field. So, and they did this on February the first day of Black History Month. Somebody took his statue and destroyed it. So, I believe they found the people who did it. I don't know, maybe.
I and it and you know what's weird, and maybe, and again, is it the news feed, or maybe it might be my fault because I have been busy and I haven't watched a lot of news because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't hear that story. It should have been a bigger reported story. I didn't hear or see it on my local news or my news feed. But again, it could be proximity, my location. I'm sure closer to Philadelphia or to a bigger city, that story probably got a lot of news play. I did not hear that story, but it just
Now, I
makes
want
me
everybody to
sad
remember.
because there are
Go ahead.
people out there who did such acts to human beings, at a period of time in our history, but there's still that level of hatred and vitriol that there would be people who would do something like that to a statue. As it's just, why do
Yeah, I
we put that
mean,
there?
it makes no sense.
Hmm. I'm
It
sorry.
makes
The
it makes
topic is
no
making
sense
me
at
get
all.
way too deep. I'm sorry. I know it's Saturday night. We're just trying to hang
Yeah.
out, chill out, and maybe, laugh, learn, and live in love. That's what it's all about. All right.
So I know we're all into Tiger Woods in our era, but in
Mhm.
1967, the first African American to win the PGA Tour was Charlie. I'm sorry, my glasses. Charlie Sifford.
Okay, Charlie Sifford. I didn't never
Charlie
heard
Sifford.
him either.
Yes,
So that's
first
some new
African
learning.
American.
All right, we're good.
Okay, so we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. Now, in 19, oh man, I don't believe I did that. I don't believe I forgot that person. I know they're in there. Okay, hold on, bear with me.
I
And I
have
want
to
to say
because I'm
that in
going
my
by.
list,
This is a totally different list than the one you shared with me. So
I know I'm totally unprofessional tonight. And next week we'll
you
have
know,
it totally together. In my list, I'm going to forget people. I'm not going to hit everybody. I can't hit everybody, like I said earlier. So if you
yeah,
got some sports first
this
that
is
I missed, I'm up to 77 now. If you got some sports first that I missed, please feel free to go in the comments and say, Kenny, you messed up.
because the list was too long.
You know, Usher is doing a Super Bowl. I know we should probably do this one next week, but since we're talking about football and Usher's doing a Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
you know who the first African American to perform at a Super Bowl halftime show?
Well, now the Super Bowl, I do know I'm older than the Super Bowl because it's only
Yeah,
58 this year. Um, but did they always even do a halftime show? Isn't that something that's fairly
I'm
new?
giving you a hint. It was 1970,
Oh wow,
and the first African American to do a Super Bowl
Stevie
halftime show.
Wonder,
No,
1970. Who's big in 1970?
you're not going to get it.
I'm not gonna get it.
You're not going to
Oh, oh, was it like a singer kind of thing? Like
get it. No,
no, I'm not gonna get it.
he's a musician.
Oh really? Okay.
He's a jazz musician, actually. The first African American to perform at a Super Bowl halftime show
Herbie
was
Hancock.
Lionel Hampton.
Oh, Lionel Hampton. Oh,
Lionel Hampton was the first African American to perform at a Super Bowl show. So that's good. So the first African American pitcher to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame was no other than Satchel Paige.
Ah,
If you had any doubts at all, that one will pretty much be a given.
that wasn't.
So,
Didn't they think he should have probably been the first player? But it wasn't just based on skill and ability. They were also looking for someone who could withstand everything that would come with being the first, if that makes
yeah, I
sense.
guess I don't know the whole story behind that,
Right.
but he was the first African American pitcher to go into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't know the politics behind the Baseball
Right.
Hall of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
but there you go. So we are down to 1977.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're down to 1977. Well, we're up to 1977 because you know what? We're up to 1977. So the first,
I don't know how to pronounce his first name unless that's a typo. I don't know.
no, it's a she,
Uh,
and I don't know if that's. I'm seeing if that's a typo right now. Well,
uh,
I could have typed it wrong, and that's what I want to see if I typed it wrong. But this was like, yeah, I did not type that wrong. I did not type that wrong. That is right. So 1977,
Card
Card
T.
T, Card T Hicks was the first African American woman drafted in pro basketball, and the first woman ever to dunk in women's basketball.
Hmm.
Now, it's funny to me when I typed this. I read it up funny because I don't want to offend nobody, but I can see them all playing basketball, and she'd be the only black one, and they got her in there. Some of them might be kind of like, you know what? Why we gotta have her in here? And then she dunks on them, and the rest of them going, oh, God, see, that's what I'm talking about. So I can imagine the look on everybody's face as soon as she dunks, and they're all looking at it, and her team is going, oh yeah, and everybody else is going, oh man. It's just funny to me. It's just funny to me. It's hilarious. So
I don't get
we're
why
gonna
that's so
go.
funny, but okay.
That's not funny to you.
No.
It's funny to me. It's hilarious to me. So I missed a whole bunch of things because my next one is 2007, and that's the first coach of the Super Bowl was Tony Dungy. First African American coach of the Super Bowl was Tony Dungy.
But you had Tiger Woods on the other list. You didn't put him on the sports
I,
list.
I skipped. I thought I skipped Tiger Woods, and I thought I skipped Venus Williams.
Okay.
I,
I
miss,
see
you know what
this.
happened? I
Mm-hmm.
was eating and fixing the list at the same time.
Okay. Multitasking.
I
I
was
see that.
multitasking and texting
Okay.
because one of my daughters texted me that she has a new boyfriend.
Okay.
So I was asking questions as I was doing the list,
Uh,
like, who is he? What's his name? And does he know if he does anything wrong, I will break his legs?
okay. So you had things to do. All right. So who else is on your list? I think there's one more.
I got Tony Dungy.
And why is he a first?
He's the first because he was the first African American coach of a Super Bowl game.
Wow. And that was
Yeah, that's
2007.
2007.
So
2007.
right.
So imagine.
So we're 41
Oh, I
years into
know. In
Super Bowl.
2002, Venus Williams was first African American woman ranked number one in tennis.
Okay.
So
You know,
that was
Althea
Venus Williams.
Gibson had been there, done
And in
that.
1997, Tiger Woods was the first African American man to win the Masters.
Okay. So that wraps up
And
sports. Or do you have more? I'm sorry, more first. And there's still tons of firsts that are probably still happening. Um, as we
I'm gonna throw two other people in here
Okay.
I'm going to go because they're astronauts, and I'm going to consider that a sport of some sort because they're not in entertainment and they're not. So I want to put them in here because they
Okay.
deserve to be in here. And um, Bluford, Garland Bluford, was the first African American astronaut.
And isn't he from like? Is he from Philadelphia or? I thought he was
I
from.
don't believe he's from Philadelphia, but he's the
Well,
first American astronaut, and sadly, he was on the Challenger.
I thought he was. Maybe I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Is
you might be thinking of someone else, but I don't think he was from Philadelphia. I'm pretty much sure that he was from somewhere else, probably further down south, because I know there's a story about him trying to get a book, and he had trouble getting the book because he wasn't allowed in the library to get that book. But he was sadly was on a Challenger, which we all know did
mm,
not make it. And we
I
have the
I remember that day. I was actually at college,
yes,
and I
yeah,
remember.
I was in high school, I think, that day.
Yeah.
And we have the first African American woman in space. I'm sorry, I missed her.
Ja-
How
Jameson.
did I pass? No, how did I pass by her?
Dr. Jameson. May Jameson.
Yeah, I had
I,
her right here. I
okay.
had her right here. Yes, Dr. Mae Jameson, the first female astronaut, and she was on the Endeavour.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am correct, as I'm so want to
Oh,
be.
he had an elementary school named after him in Philly.
Yeah. Bluford was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, educated at uh, University of Penn. So Pennsylvania
Okay.
State University, Philly, hospital that I was born in. So Kathy knows things.
That's one things. That's what call the show now. Since I haven't watched apparently every movie I was supposed to watch, we're gonna now call the show Kathy Knows Things.
Ca-
And Kenny's just there.
Kenny's just there. See, Kathy knows things.
Kathy knows things. Kenny's just there.
See, yeah, okay. So there was a school named after him in Philly, right? Because he's from Philadelphia. I'm on it. I'm on it. See, you make the list. I know all the things. It all
Yeah,
works. It all works. It's all good. And it's been all good having you guys here with us Saturday night, hanging out. Kathy and Kenny talking pop culture. We talk pop culture in relation to Black History Month and some African American firsts. Now, we focused on the sports. And I think next Saturday, Kenny, do you want to dive into some of the
entertainment.
some of the other entertainment firsts on our
We have
list?
I'm gonna reduce it. I'm gonna tweak it, and we're gonna go into entertainment. We're gonna have some pop culture news. We are going to sit. We're going to talk. I'm going to drink, and we're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a funky good time.
We're going to have a funky good time.
All right.
The school
So
apparently is in West Philly.
we're
Oh,
not
before
going to
we
sing.
go, I want to say something to my audience,
Okay. Go ahead. Say it.
to our audience rather. Please,
Okay. I'm
what
sorry.
you,
Just kidding. I was playing.
please follow me. Please follow me on Instagram, Mr. Mr. Kenny KP Walker Jr. I do interviews every other Monday of different poets. And this Monday, I'm going to be interviewing a poet who's very talented, who does local hosting in areas. Sometimes we even switch off on our hosting jobs. Very good friend of mine. Her name is Poetess. And it's not going to be the thing I do on Instagram, the podcast I do on Instagram, is not just simple, well, what inspired you to write poetry and how do you do this? And, not the simple questions that we kind of talk about life and different things that help inspire the poetry. So we're going to get into like some deep questions. I'm going to say some really bad words. And I'm going to drink an obscene amount of liquor for it. I'm just joking. I'm not. No. But seriously, we're gonna talk honestly and truthfully about poetry in the world around us and how the world around us affects the art
Okay.
and how it works in. So we'll probably be talking about things like Monique and D.L. Hughley, and we'll be talking about Israel and things like that. We'll be talking about government. We'll be talking about Black love. We'll be talking about things like that. So come join us Monday night at 8 o'clock on Instagram, on my Instagram feed, Mr. Kenny KV Walker Jr. And just sit back at 8 o'clock and have some fun with us. Have a talk with us.
All right. So, that being that, we will see you guys next Saturday. As always, in parting, we wish you love, peace, and pop culture.
God bless your soul and keep living. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.